back, curious minds, to another deep dive.
Great to be here.
So today we're digging into a whole stack of fresh sources you send over, all focused on Florida real estate. Got market reports, specific deal sheets, the works. Our job, as always, is to kind of sift through it all.
Cut through the noise, basically. Yeah. We'll pull out the key nuggets from Florida Realtors, the real deal, Bizno.
Yeah, just the last few weeks, really.
Exactly. Give you a quick, solid snapshot of what's happening right now.
Okay, let's unpack the big picture first.
Yeah.
Seems like there's a shift, maybe. Generally positive.
Well, yeah, nuanced maybe, but positive overall sentiment seems to be the takeaway. That Fannie Mae index, for example.
Right, the home purchase sentiment index. It climbed to 71.8 in July. So home buyers are feeling a bit more optimistic.
And that 71.8, it's interesting because it's not just about job fears easing up. People are feeling better about future home prices, future mortgage rates, too. Even though, and this is the catch, the actual buying conditions right now, they dipped slightly.
So it's more of a feeling and outlook shift.
Exactly. A psychological thing, maybe, that could drive behavior down the line.
And speaking of rates, well, this is pretty significant for anyone thinking of buying or refinancing.
It's really.
30-year mortgage rates dropped to 6.63%. That's the lowest they've been since April.
Yeah, and the 15-year dipped, too, down to 5.75%.
That's real money for buyers.
It absolutely is. It can make a real difference in purchasing power, potentially open doors for some folks.
Right.
And you combine that with another point from the sources, new construction.
Ah, yes. More new homes available.
More plentiful and, critically, offering better value per square foot, especially in the South.
Okay.
That price premium for a new build, it's apparently hit an all-time low. So new homes are, value-wise, looking much more competitive.
Interesting. That could definitely draw more buyers towards new builds.
Could be a real shift in dynamics there.
So, okay, with these bigger trends happening, what does it actually mean for, different people in the market? Buyers, sellers?
Well, for sellers, Realtor.com had that data point about timing.
Right. The April 13th to 19th window being potentially the best time to list.
Yeah, suggesting sellers could get, what was it, like $4,800 more?
And sell 9 days faster with less competition. Timing is everything, I guess.
It really highlights the strategy involved, doesn't it? Especially in a market moving like Florida's. And then if you look at who is buying, fascinating trend there.
The Hispanic buyer growth.
Yes. Over a third of U.S. homeownership growth attributed to Hispanic buyers. That's huge.
It really is. Shows rising incomes, strong buying power.
A really significant demographic shaping demand now.
Absolutely. But then there's this stark contrast.
The Gen Z situation.
Yeah, really striking. Wow. 2/3, 66%, are more worried about housing security now than a year ago.
It's a tough number.
And this just floored me. Nearly 1 in 3, so 30%, have actually considered things like squatting or living in their car.
Wow.
It really underscores the massive affordability crisis for younger people.
It's deeply concerning, isn't it? It points to some real systemic barriers. It's not just economics. It's about, access and opportunity.
Definitely.
And you have to look at these really different experiences side by side to get the full picture of the market's health. You've got clear winners and then folks facing just immense struggles.
Okay, so let's zoom in then. South Florida, our sources were buzzing with activity down there. Big deals, new projects.
Yeah, a real flurry of activity really exemplifies the trends we've been talking about.
Like Starlife Group, they're looking for up to $20 million in foreign capital.
Right, using the EB-5 investor program.
For a luxury rental tower in Hollywood. Yeah. 14 stories, 200 units. High-end stuff.
And that's just one example. The sheer volume and the variety of deals in South Florida is pretty striking. You've got these big luxury and commercial plays showing, continued strong investor confidence, like Florida Value Partners buying that office portfolio near South Miami for $34 million.
Plans to modernize it, too.
Exactly. And then on the residential side, even Cynthia Sulzberger, the New York Times heiress, buying a Forte condo in West Palm, adding to her Wellington holdings.
Right. And it's not just residential investments. Swire sold that Brickell City Center site.
To a Dubai hospitality firm, yeah. Shows that global interest in Miami's commercial scene is still very strong.
And Mill Creek selling Miami apartments for, $73 million?
Big numbers. But what's really fascinating is seeing these high-end deals happen right alongside major efforts to tackle affordability.
Ah, the 4,000 unit project.
Yeah, this Spanish newcomer planning a huge Miami mega project, and they're specifically aiming for attainable rents.
Okay, that's a significant move.
It really is. It shows there's a growing awareness, maybe a pressure, that you can't just have luxury growth. You have to address housing access for everyone else.
And Miami apartment construction surged too, right? Top in the U.S. now.
Yeah, according to Bisno. So lots being built, but the question is, for whom?
So can those two things coexist? The luxury boom and the push for attainable housing?
That's the multi-million-dollar question, isn't it? Can they balance out the market in the long run? It's something we definitely need to watch.
Critical tension point there. And, it's not just about the deals in the building. The sources also touched on the community side of things.
Absolutely. The real estate sector does more than just transact property. There's community work, policy advocacy.
Like that waterway cleanup.
Exactly. Florida Realtors members and volunteers pulled out, 13.5 tons of trash?
Tons from 218 miles of waterways. Found a walker, even a bottle of sake, apparently.
Yeah. You never know what you'll find. But seriously, it shows real community stewardship.
And it's not just cleanups. They're active politically, too, right? The rally and tally.
Encouraging realtors to go talk directly to state legislators, making sure their voice is heard on housing policy, collective action.
Which is crucial.
Absolutely. And then there are the practical tips for homeowners, too, coming from these sources. Ways to add value.
Oh, yeah, the simple stuff. Lawn care.
Can add 5% to a home's price, apparently. And good landscaping often gives you 100% or more return on investment.
Turning green into gold, as they say.
Literally.
And that makes sense. Curb appeal matters. Plus, there's support for practical things, like storm preparedness.
Right. The My Safe Florida Home Program, Florida Realtors supports that. Getting resources to homeowners, super important in Florida, obviously.
No kidding. Wow, okay, what a deep dive this has been.
We covered a lot of ground.
Yeah, from that rising optimism, falling mortgage rates, then bam, the harsh reality of Gen Z's housing fears. We saw those huge South Florida deals, luxury condos, office portfolios, but also that big push for attainable rents.
And don't forget the lawn care ROI. Can't forget that. It's just so clear the Florida market is incredibly dynamic, complex, full of contradictions, really.
It really is. You've got this accelerating market, tons of investment, but alongside these really pressing affordability issues, your sources definitely painted a vivid picture of all those forces at play. So for you listening, here's something to think about. We see this strong market activity, right? But also this clear push for attainable rents and these deep concerns from younger generations about just finding a place to live. What happens when these trends collide over, say, the next 5 years? What kind of ripple effects will we see across Florida's housing landscape? Which side of this equation, the high-end growth or the affordability crunch, will ultimately define the market's future?
That is a crucial question. Definitely something to keep thinking about. Keep exploring, keep asking questions.
And we'll catch you on the next Deep Dive.